Kind of like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Well, the threes have been falling for him at a ridiculous rate. That first half was just amazing.
And when that's the case here in the second, I think he's just got to keep spraying and splashing them.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Parker with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Goes up at the stripe, and it will go. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Ginobili. Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Noah with a screen for Rose. Over in the corner, Gasol. Butler on the wing. Noah dishes to Dunleavy. Noah the screen. Rose goes in. Duncan with the block. And they'll keep possession. Dunleavy for 3. And that one's good. Dunleavy's got 5.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass. And, of course, they've done a lot of good things here tonight. But the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
The Chicago Bulls consistently one of the best defensive teams in basketball. Coach Tom Thibodeau is an innovator on that side of the floor and great motivator as well. He's done an amazing job.
Spurs trail by 14. Parker outside. Kicks it to Duncan. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Duncan's got his second basket of the night.
See how he used the rim to protect the ball perfectly from the defender on that reverse.
Bulls center Joakim Noah, winning Defensive Player of the Year last season. Well-deserved. A big factor for him inside.
And, you know, Kevin, you can make a case with the talent they have, arguably being the premier defensive front line in the NBA.
Agreed. And the shot is good. And it's 7 points for Butler. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Mark, you think of how much success the Spurs have had, and it's almost as if they can plug anyone in, and they are immediately on the same page and working as a unit.
Well, they make it look easy, but there's a lot of work that goes into that. They evaluate the players they bring in, wanting to fit them into a culture that already exists, and the continuity and consistency you get from the top down. Greg Popovich, Tim Duncan, and you got those guys in place. Then you throw in Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. Now you've got a group that you can win with for a long time, and they've done just that.
Chicago leading by 12. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second-chance points. The next message he had for them was that they should be attacking the basket on offense. He felt very strongly that the defense they're up against is vulnerable down low. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Parker's shot is off.
It is with the Spurs, as you said, a matter of anyone wearing their uniform has a complete understanding of what they need to do on offense or defense to win.
And you know, with the Spurs, I remember games last year where their stars were out or being rested, and they would still win games because of the strength of their reserves. And they didn't have to make adjustments as they marched through the playoffs. They basically kept on keeping on, doing what they had done all season.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Tony Snell comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Rose.
Marco Bellinelli with a career season playing for the Spurs in 2013-14. His best ever three-point percentage. In fact, he led the league in that category for the first half of the season.
Now here's Brooks. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gibson. And the bank shot is good. Spurs trail by 16. And for Bellinelli, you couldn't have asked for a better situation than the Spurs offensively.
Yeah, they put their shooters in a great position to succeed, Kevin. A really good passing offense with a clear system, clear-cut system. Marco wasn't asked to create his shot as much, and that benefits him and his team.
Now here's Butler. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Brooks misses.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Ginobili against Butler. There's the feed to Leonard. And that one's good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yeah, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Daniel Green, he's checked in for the Spurs. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. The Spurs second.
Well, I thought, Kevin, they had great productivity from their shooters last year. The guys they were counting on to knock down a high percentage of their shots, they did that.
Oh, how about that basketball, man?
Beautiful.
Wow.
It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not
Holy
probable.
smokes.
It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Man, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
Diaw, the screen. And Mills kicks to Green. Chicago grabs the miss. Gibson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Pass to Brooks. Butler on the wing, guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. Gibson down low. He's covered by Leonard. Brooks misses. Spurs trail by 18. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Mills passes to Diaw. Green with the ball. And Diaw kicks to Green. Green missing again. Butler with the ball. And here's Brooks from outside. And released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Patty cake, I'm the baker's man. I bake them cakes as fast as I can.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. It was an absolutely sensational feat, putting him way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, but he powers it down from there.
Yeah, the timing of these plays are just phenomenal.
No question.
D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. The forward combination of Dunleavy and Gibson. And it's Gasol and at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Not a lot of people thought, Steve, that Chicago had a chance last year to do much when Derrick Rose went down, but they stuck with it and ended up in the playoffs nonetheless.
And they didn't just make the playoffs, but they had home court advantage in the first round as well.
Chicago leading by 20. Now here's Rose. Feeds it to Dunleavy. Back to Butler. Gasol is screen on Green. And it's Butler with the jam.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Bulls making a switch here. Noah's checked in, and San Antonio with the change here too. Ginobili's checked in. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Chicago.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Now, it seems to me that they're taking a lot of pride in their rebounding tonight, especially at the offensive end, guys.
Dunleavy dishes to Rose. Off target from outside. And San Antonio shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Splitter, that's good.
You know, when he gets the ball that close to the basket, it's almost an automatic 2 points.
Well, the defense has to battle him down there and keep him out of position in the first place. Do your work early.
Shot, high post. That's good on the jump shot. And that's 15 points for Rose.
Look at NBA defenses now. More and more, they're designed to deny points in the paint and three-pointers and concede long twos. That's the impact of analytics because the numbers indicate the long two is the lowest percentage shot to take.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
The three, that's good. And you know, it seems players are starting to avoid those long twos early in the shot clock.
Yeah, and especially the elite scorers, you know, becoming much more conscious about their shot selection. Last season, the top 5 scorers were more efficient than at any time since the ABA-NBA merger almost 4 decades ago.
Duncan misses. Now the Bulls with it. A big stretch here going 10-2. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Outside Butler. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Trying his luck deep. The rebound by the Spurs. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Ginobili the pass to Duncan. Parker outside. Parker left side. Here's Duncan. No problem on the jumper in close.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Outside Rose. Gasol a screen. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got 9 points now in just the second half.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Parker dishes to Duncan. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
He had pretty much played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's really the only time he's turned it over so far.
So for the Bulls, Ozzie Muhammad's checked in for Noah. McDermott comes in for Dunleavy. And Moore subbed in for Butler. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Baines is checked in. Bonner comes in for Tim Duncan. Anderson, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Bellinelli in for Tony Parker. Soft touch off the glass. Here's Moore. Left side Rose. They set the screen. And Moore kicks to McDermott. Gasol passes to Muhammad. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Off target with his 3. Spurs have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And Anderson kicks to Joseph. Pass to Bonner. And Anderson has it in the corner. Bonner dishes to Joseph. 5 on the clock. There's the 3. Bellinelli, and that's good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's Rose. The pass to Gasol. He dishes it to McDermott. Moore passes to Muhammad. Back to Moore.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for Chicago.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Rose. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
Ball stolen. Here's Moore. And Bonner pulls it down.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
They grab their own miss.
And they force the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
And here's Rose. Pass to Muhammad. He feeds it to McDermott. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. Outside Rose. From beyond the arc. That is good.
You got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys. Defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a